There's a moment in every connection, every situationship, every almost relationship, where something inside you finally breaks. Not dramatically, not with a fight, not with tears, but with a quiet, exhausted kind of truth. A truth that whispers, "I can't do this anymore." It's never the moment when they hurt you. It's never the moment when they pulled away or disappointed you or emotionally vanished. The breaking point always comes later, when you finally realize you've been holding the entire connection together with your own bare hands. You tried. You showed up. You cared. You overextended. You stayed loyal to potential long after the reality stopped matching it. And they didn't notice. They didn't appreciate it. They didn't protect it. People don't lose you when you leave. They lose you when you stop fighting for the situation. They lose you when you stop explaining how you feel. They lose you when you no longer try to fix the distance. They lose you when you stop trying to decode their mixed signals. They lose you when you stop carrying the emotional weight for both of you. And ironically, that exact moment, the moment you stop, is the moment they realize your worth. Not when you were giving everything. Not when you were available. Not when you were trying to save what was falling apart. They only recognize your value when your energy disappears. Avoidant-leaning people, emotionally detached partners, or people who simply aren't ready, don't process love in real time. They process love in hindsight. They don't feel the loss while you're still there. They feel it when your presence stops soothing their emptiness. They feel it when your messages don't show up anymore. They feel it when their phone stays silent on the days you used to check on them. They feel it when the soft warmth of your care suddenly goes cold. Your consistency was their comfort. Your effort was their emotional oxygen. But they never noticed because they were used to receiving it without doing anything for it. People who feel undeserving of love will always underestimate the love they receive. And people who fear intimacy will always feel safer when you're trying than when you're gone. When you were showing up, they didn't have to. When you were texting first, they didn't have to. When you were forgiving them, they didn't have to change. When you were trying to talk things out, they didn't have to face themselves. When you kept choosing them, they didn't have to choose you. But when you stopped, everything shifted. Your silence created the emotional space they needed to feel what they were avoiding. The truth that you mattered more than they admitted. That you were the one person who genuinely cared. That your support wasn't guaranteed. That your love wasn't replaceable. Avoidants have a habit. They don't feel fear when they hurt you. They feel fear when you detach. They don't feel loss when you cry. They feel loss when you stop. They don't feel regret when they pull away. They feel regret when you no longer reach for them. Your withdrawal is what activates the feelings they buried. Your distance is what forces them to experience the connection instead of escaping it. This is why they come back after you've healed. This is why they start remembering the moments you're trying to forget. This is why memories of you show up with more detail once you stop chasing resolution. For the first time, they have to sit with everything you were and everything they refused to appreciate. They start noticing how rare your presence was. They start noticing how easy you made emotional safety feel. They start noticing how deeply seen they felt around you, even if it scared them. They start noticing the way your energy softened the sharp edges of their life. But here's the painful truth most people don't want to admit. Their realization is not love. It's loss. It's not emotional growth. It's emotional discomfort. It's not clarity. It's consequence. You didn't walk away because you stopped caring. You walked away because your heart could no longer survive in a space where you were carrying everything alone. And now? Now, they are finally being forced to face the outcome of their emotional shortcuts. Because the truth is, people don't wake up one morning suddenly more mature, more available, more emotionally open. What they wake up with is the absence of the person who made them feel understood. You weren't just someone who cared. You were someone who made their life feel easier without asking for anything extraordinary in return. You validated them. You calmed them. You anchored them. You made them feel chosen in ways they couldn't reciprocate. You held emotional space they didn't know how to hold for you. And you did it effortlessly. So when that disappears, it hits them like a delayed heartbreak. Avoidants often feel loss in reverse. You break first, then they break later. You cry early, they cry in silence months after. You grieve during the relationship. They grieve when it's too late. You heal by letting go. They heal by realizing what they lost. But here's the empowering truth. Their realization does not obligate you to return. Their regret is not your responsibility. Their clarity is not your second chance. You were always enough. They just weren't capable of recognizing value while it was within reach. Some people only love you correctly when loving you is no longer an option. Some people only see your light when they remember what darkness feels like. Some people only understand loyalty when they experience indifference. And some people only recognize your worth when your absence becomes the loudest thing in their life. So if they finally realize your value now, understand this. The realization is theirs. The healing is yours. The ending was painful, but necessary. You didn't lose someone who valued you. They lost someone who would have given them the world. And maybe the truth is this. They didn't lose you because you weren't enough. They lost you because you finally realized you were. This is Attachment Alchemy Lab, and you're safe here.